Ooh, what is up, guys? We're back, and it is finally time to start putting some real work in on the trailer. Check it out. So this is R5 XPS board. We have 14 sheets according to ChatGPT. Should be enough for our surface area of the trailer. And man, so I've been collecting this stuff for a while now. It's been a couple months. And we're gonna dig into all this stuff. We're losing daylight. I just got here, so this is where we're keeping everything stored for now. I am currently interviewing with a bunch of companies, so until I pick which job I'm gonna take, my stuff will stay here. Side note, I made a new little box just for all our camera gear, so just nothing crazy, but I saw this on sale somewhere, so oops, picked it up, and now we have like one place where we can keep everything, which is nice. But anyways, you see the installation board. I haven't opened up all these. Most of this stuff came from Amazon, so you know, you'd be surprised at all the electrical shit they have in there. But we're gonna be fully wiring the trailer for 110, 115, 120 volt, you know, whatever you want to call it, but like the house grade shit. So AC, we're gonna hook up shore power. We have a mini split on the way. Just too much to really talk about right now. I'm kind of in a hurry, but I just wanted to get us kicked off on this little project, start opening shit up. I also have a tripod, don't worry, we're leveling up slowly. But yeah, step number one is gonna be ripping out the E-track, and then we need to pull off the walls. And then I think we're gonna start with the roof. I got some Tropicool coating for the roof, so that'll be step number one. It'll be the easiest, I don't need to tear anything out for that. And then we will likely start tackling the electric before we insulate. And then of course we got paint for the walls, we have a coating for the floor. This thing is gonna be awesome. I even have a plan for the bed setup. So anyways, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Welcome to part 2 of the trailer build. I hope you guys are stoked. And yeah, so I'm gonna start tearing into this shit and opening it up. And we'll see about pulling out that E-track tonight. All right, it's a new morning, and I have a helper today. Say hi, Anthony.
Hi, Ben.
Anyways, we're gonna start pulling out the E-track, and I need a second person to do this part, so I'm gonna put you right here. Might as well leave it for now. So next step is the Tropicool coating. Now that the E-track's out, but I'm probably gonna have to wash the roof. So I don't even know what it looks like up there, so we're gonna check. All right, don't let me die. Oh, fuck me, dude.
What?
That shit is filthy. Fuck. Okay, game plan. Brush on a stick. First I'm gonna hose it off, try to get as much of that dirt and shit off. It's rained a lot here and the trailer's been under some trees, so there's some shit up there, as you saw. I'm gonna get it as clean as possible, but it's not gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna be able to stand on it. I don't trust the roof like that. I'll probably bend the shit out of the roof skin or maybe even the framing, so I'm just gonna get up there, clean it as best I can. I wish I had a power washer, but I don't. I'm not about to go buy one just for this, so we're gonna get it cleaned up, and then I'll lay down the Tropicool. All right, I got the roof as clean as I care to get it. Don't use car wash because it leaves behind a hydrophobic film. You want a film-free soap, so I used Dawn dish soap, and then just a brush. The roof was disgusting. It looks a lot better now, but there's a lot of divots in the roof, so I think the puddles that are up there are gonna take forever to dry. And as you can see, today is not the clearest of days. So, but luckily this Tropicool stuff is water safe in 15 minutes. So once that roof is dry, I can lay down a coat or two quickly, and even if it rains later today, we're fine. And once that's cured, I'm never touching the roof again, probably not even to clean it.
And we actually
Yep, we're trying to dry the roof off with a leaf blower. See how that works. All right, I think it's at least just damp and not like puddles of water up there, so the sun is finally out for a little bit. To take advantage of that, let the roof dry. While that's drying, I'm gonna start mixing the Tropicool, and if there's still a little moisture up on the roof, fuck it, we're gonna send it, because it's gonna rain by, well, I still have a few hours, but it's definitely supposed to rain later. Luckily, the Tropicool stuff, it is rain cured in 15 minutes, or I guess water safe. So if it's water safe in 15 minutes, it's probably okay if there's still a little moisture on the roof. But I mean, I think it's probably going to be dry all the way by the time I start applying, but I'll let you know. All right, well, the leaf blower did the trick. It got it dry, then the sun came out for a bit and that did the rest, but I just want to show you how it's looking. This is all just that silicone-y rubber shit up here, so I'm not taping anything off. I don't give a fuck. You can't see it from the ground, so whatever, but I'm just rolling it on. And yeah, I think I'm gonna try my best to get 2 coats, but we'll see how that works. But wearing sunglasses because the shit's actually pretty bright to look at even when the sun's not all the way in. But I'm kind of in a race against time because I don't want it to start raining until I at least get down 1 coat, and it's had 15 minutes to cure, so I'm going to hop back to it. Fuck, it started raining. God damn it, I wasn't finished and it didn't get 15 minutes. It's not like I'm about to get up there and fucking sand the roof, like, so I'm just gonna wait for it to dry, and that might end up being tomorrow. And then just keep trucking along with another coat. I really don't see another option, to be honest. Damn, that sucks. But we'll see if it can dry up in a reasonable amount of time. But yeah, I don't know, I'll figure out something else to do in the meantime. I don't know, I'm worried it's gonna rain on me again, but I really kind of want to finish laying down the first coat. But actually, it's not bad. I think we're okay. I'm still gonna give it some time for the rest of this to dry out, but we're definitely gonna need a second coat. But that's as far as we got, so fuck it. Gonna leave that shit alone for now, and we're gonna get onto the electrical system. So I realized I didn't have a grounding bar, so I just made a Home Depot run. We need a grounding bar for this, and I'm fairly certain it's gonna self-tapper into that. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I got a buddy coming that will, and also using good old ChatGPT to help us out. So I'm going to just start doing stuff, and don't worry, I'm gonna verify everything's correct before I ever add power to the system. But I'm gonna go ahead, see if I'm installing the ground bar. And this is a Siemens panel, so luckily Home Depot had Siemens stuff, so I was able to find that ground bar pretty quickly. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna run this 30 amp breaker. I think that might be too much, so just the 20 amps and the 15s. This 15s will be for the lights, and one of these 20s will be for the mini split. So yeah, these are knockouts for the wiring. So we'll pop those into these spots here. I got 2 different sizes just in case. Yeah, these look like 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inch, something like that. But these should be 3/4, maybe, ish. So hopefully one of these sizes works. We got 3/4 and 3/8. I think we'll be all right there. But yeah, I'm gonna get cracking. I'll pick up the camera in a bit. I really don't know what I'm doing, so there's not much to film until I figure my shit out. So yeah. All right, what's up, guys? So I am rewatching this as I'm editing this, and let me just say, the the first time you do the installation, like the first board, it's gonna suck. But I just wanted to show you or tell you my process. You just need 2 measurements, one towards the top of the frame rail and then one towards the bottom. And then I would give yourself a couple inches off the length from top to bottom, right? And of course, the first time I did this, it took me forever to get even 1 sheet in. But after that, I had the process down. My advice would be to use a marker and a carpenter's square, and this whole thing will just go a whole lot smoother. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm obviously not very good at insulating, but it's not bad. You know, it's gonna work. But I've kind of given up on fucking with the electrical for now. I'm gonna leave off insulation on all the different spots that have outlets or light switches or the shore power or anything like that until I can get the wiring ran with somebody that actually knows what they're doing. Just because I don't want to start cutting wire and find out that I routed it a stupid way, you know. So we're just gonna wait on that. We'll figure it out, it'll be fine. But for now though, just so I'm not wasting time, I'm gonna start insulating while I wait on my buddy to show up that actually knows what he's doing. So yeah, I'm just gonna insulate all the blank panels that don't need any cutouts for outlets and things like that. So all right, it is day 2. Welcome back. Got a lot done yesterday, and I'm sorry I ran out of GoPro batteries. The heat killed the batteries super quickly. But yeah, it is still an absolute mess in here. However, we did get our mini split and the indoor units right there. But I think we're gonna be able to install this today/tonight. So that'll be cool. Just got a couple other small things we needed. This is gonna be for the gaps in the front where I can see pretty much the ground. It's pretty bad, actually. The light switch I ordered on Amazon got pushed back to like 3 more weeks, so I'm gonna cancel that, and I just went and bought a 98-cent one from Home Depot. Once we get this wired in, we can actually use our lights through the entire system with the shore power. And then of course this whole saw is for the mini split. So yeah, let me show you what we got done yesterday. Most of today is going to be finishing up the insulation, I think. Okay, so we got the lights up. I wanted to do them perpendicular, but couldn't do that because the bows of the roof are actually, they're bowed a little bit, so they wouldn't mount. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this mounting. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan because I'm not sure how sturdy. There's 2 of these for each light. But you know, again, I'm a little concerned that as I drive down the road, these are gonna fall. But to be honest with you, there's not really another way to mount these, fortunately. But yeah, we're just gonna send it and hope they work. They are bright as shit, so I've tested them out. They're all wired in series, so one light switch will turn all of them on. And here is a plug that Zach and I crimped, right? So when we actually get the rest of the power finished up, I could just unplug this and then pop this right in there like that. So anyways, I wanted to take the time and just show you guys all the installation that's done. The roof is going to be the biggest part to this, obviously. That's going to take the most amount of time, not even finishing the rest of this up. But yeah, So the outlets have wires coming to them. This is going to be the last outlet in the circuit, so just one. And then we've got these two for this one. I should probably zip tie this up. Be about, I don't know, right in here. But that'll be the second outlet, and the third outlet, which will be near where the head of the bed's going to come this way. It's right here. So the taped end is power, and then yeah, this is the cord that will move on to the next outlet. So anyways, I did have to run to the store and get that grounding bar like you saw yesterday. I had the grounding bar here, but we needed it on this side for some stupid ass reasons really, but we just didn't have enough wire. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys how this was laid out, because I've never done this before and I was lost in the sauce. It was bad. So thankfully Zach was able to come and help save the day. But pretty much here's our shore power right here. This is the plug. So on the other side there's a little door, and we can plug our generator into this, or even just a household extension cord from a normal outlet, right? And instead of using the included screws in this little backing thing, we chose to send bolts through it with some locking nuts. But yeah, the reason it's not hooked up is we need to figure out how to route this, but real simple. It's just black, green, and white. They plug in here. It's got little Phillips head screws, tighten them down. So just terminals. And so that feeds up into here. You have your neutral bar, ground bar, and then the power bar. And since that's our main power, that is the one and only black line right here that comes into this. This, whatever the fuck this shit's called. I think it's a bus. I don't know. Like I said, I don't do this stuff. Never done it before, so I might be off on the terminology, but yeah. So, so we have the 20 amp breaker here. This goes to our outlets, and then the 15 amp goes to the lights, and everything's off right now. So, you know, not gonna shock ourselves anyways, but still, I'm leaving everything off, and we'll hopefully be able to test it all very soon. But yeah, let's see. So this is the 20 amp for outlets. So that's this wire. So all we did was we fed it through. It comes up, both wires route all the way up through here. And that's because it should be much easier to hide these with like a trim piece rather than trying to, you know, do all that messy shit. So all it does just comes up here. Always start at the breaker, comes here. And then here's our light switch. So comes down here to this, boom. So we have extra length, of course, for when we wire in the light switch. The next one for the outlet, this will be the first, this is the first run to the first outlet, and then the next wire just follows up to the next outlet, and so on and so forth. So this is a pretty simple electrical system. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I just want a couple of outlets, some good lights, and these are bright as shit, so they'll be perfect. And the last thing that needs to be wired is the mini split. So, but we probably need to mount the actual unit first before we start messing around with that. But yeah, so anyways, that's just kind of where we are. It's a lot simpler than it looks, but when you've never done it before and you're just like asking ChatGPT and then you're trying to find decent YouTube videos, man, this shit was gnarly, because I definitely didn't want to start cutting wire until I kind of knew what I was doing. But yeah, so I just cleaned up the trailer a bit. There was insulation everywhere. The first thing I'm going to do is, yeah, you see this, get out of here, bitch. See this massive gap right there? Like, that's not good. I don't want bugs and shit getting in here. So that's what we got that spray stuff for. And I believe there's some, yeah, there's a fat gap right in there too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill most of these up where I see light come through. And then while that dries and cures, I'm gonna get to work on the installation. I think we're good on that stuff. Just gonna let it dry, cure. I am worried there was a little bit of moisture in the bottom on this side, but hopefully Hopefully it's not enough to mess with this stuff. It's just a little damp, so we'll see. But yeah, screw it. I'll get started back on the insulation again. There was a lot of gaps in here, just along the floor. There's none in the walls really, or in the roof, which is good. But just on the ground, so like I don't want to let bugs in here or mice or anything like that. So man, we are making some good progress, fellas. So I was able to get some, I'm able to snake them up underneath this panel, and that came out absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna do that all the way across. I think on this one, I'm probably only even gonna try to insulate up to here. I don't even wanna fuck with it because there's a lot of wire going back there. And in the future, if I wanna add wiring, it'll be easy to just feed wire through this empty space and pull it out underneath the trim in here, and then add it to the breaker. So I think I'm willing to sacrifice that little tiny bit of square footage of insulation just for ease of adding things later. If you guys want to do the same, that is up to you. But I think a 9000 BTU mini split is going to be probably a little overkill. I think it's good for like 750 square feet. So, you know, that one little piece of missing insulation, fuck it. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work, and we'll go back to time lapse. It's really hot out here, so the GoPro's getting hot and dying fast, so there's gonna be a lot of gaps in footage, but I'll do my best with it. So for this one, I cut a notch here because the way they wired the stock wiring is very stiff and I don't want to force it. So we're gonna try the same thing. Yep, that's as much as I can do up there because of how tight this shit is. So that'll probably have to be it for that one. Ain't the best, but it's better than nothing. All right, well, side of these done. We're gonna do this very last piece right here, and I'm just gonna have to find a way to cut out a spot for that to sit through, and then we'll be, after that, I guess we can start on the outlet panels on the wall. And I think the last thing we're gonna do is the roof, because I don't think the roof will be too obscenely difficult. I'm gonna have to take all the lights down for that. So yeah, just because the walls are already almost there, I'd rather just kind of get it over with. Fellas, check it out. All the walls are done, and I used foil tape just in a couple spots. I had this cut perfectly, and then it stress split right here, and I was like, damn, so I had to use foil tape. But I kept the gaps to a minimum, and I think for first time really dicking around with this stuff, it came out really good. For this one, the hole is just so massive because I don't know where exactly. This is for the light switch for the 12 volt DC, so literally just for this light, I think. But we're gonna leave it in here just in case I need it and I'm not hooked up to shore power. But anyways, so there's already the OEM light switch that was here, and then we're gonna put our light switch as close to right next to it as we can. So That is a little bit of a big gap, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's just the walls. The roof is what's gonna make a really big difference. So, hey look, it's Anthony. Are you here to help finally?
You know what? Why don't you
After all the work's already done? No, I'm just fucking. How's it going, dude? Okay, we're done with the walls. I'm gonna get started on the roof. So for the length, these are gonna be 80.5. It's the same-ish over here. And not too bad. I'll say so myself. All right, wow. These two areas were, that was pretty rough to do, I'm not gonna lie. I ended up shoving pieces in places to get it as filled in and as tight as I could, but to be honest with you, it'll be alright. So the mini split, the blower is gonna go like right up in here. So next I'm gonna reinstall, just like I did here, reinstall that panel there. And yeah, I need to paint that singular piece of wood our interior color before anything else gets painted, so that way we can mount the mini split to it. I don't think I'll be able to paint around the mini split. This I'm not worried about. I'll be able to just tape this up and get paint in there to where it looks all right. So we'll just do that. But man, yeah, we got all the wiring, the final outlet in the circuit. So just one wire here, it's all routed and looking good in my opinion. I mean, let me know how you guys think, or what you guys think, how I did. Yeah. Whew. Shit's hard work, man. But I think this was the hardest part of the whole, or at least the most physically demanding part of the whole build. So if you guys are gonna do the same shit I did, look at this. Still have 3 fucking boards, and these were like 20 bucks a pop, so that's $60 right there. That shit out there is probably enough altogether to make another board. Just want to reiterate that this is not going to be a damn show trailer or anything like that. Yeah, like there were staples in the wood. I'm going to pull those out, but like I just reused the same self-tapper screws. Enough of them actually grabbed that I'm fine with it. It's not going to rattle out, you know, like a few of these are just sitting in there. But yeah, they're still helping clamp it. So before I start painting, I'm actually going to put in every single panel that I can that I don't have to modify. It's your favorite narrator back. So essentially Zach's here. He took care of the outlets and the light switch, and while Zach there's doing that, Anthony and I are just placing the boards, and we're essentially figuring out where to cut holes for the outlets and the light switch, of course, but we did that one first. So that's all we're really doing here. I just kind of had the camera running, and it was a whole lot of footage, so I just wanted to make this as simple as possible. Alright, well, I'm really sorry for the terrible outro, guys. I was having, just, after filming for like I think this was like 3 days total, I just started having massive just camera issues. The GoPro was just not lasting very long. Everything's overheating, and oh man, it was just a nightmare. But yeah, so this is essentially where we got to. So when I pick it up for the next part of this build, and this is, we were able to get all this done in like 3 days, like 2.5 days technically, actually. So it's pretty awesome how much progress we were able to make. But yeah, you'll see in the next video, I'll show you guys, we really screwed up on the outside units placement, so we actually had to redo that, and I had to seal off 4 holes on the trailer. So, you know, mistakes were definitely made. I got into that autistic rush trying to finish this trailer in 3 days just because I thought I'd be able to. Obviously not the case, but anyways, I'll do a better job of filming next time. But I hope you guys got some value out of this and just watching me struggle. Honestly, it was a great time. So if you appreciate it, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.